Why are incubators important for the creative and digital economy?
At the moment, there is anecdotal evidence that that the lack of facilities is holding back our digital opportunities, and so very much what our exercise is about is a proof of concept. We understand for years there's been calls for incubators, and with the new digital opportunities that have come along, the need seems more apparent and urgent. We have the facilities to to lower the barriers of entry for people that would like to start businesses, particularly in the digital sector. It's all about lowering the barriers to entry, encouraging them to do so, giving them guidance and more than just a premises to work at, meeting rooms, access to services, mentoring, potentially access to finance. It's all about the proof of concept, and potentially we've got government talking at the moment about converting the post office, and this could very much be a proof of concept around that, in as much as we can do this, and we can do this at very low cost, and if we can prove that there's a demand, then government can ask for additional funding in the light that they've proved that there's a demand, and so we see it almost as a public service in that way.
So for the digital entrepreneurs themselves, what do you think are the main problems that they're currently facing?
Well, I think that you are able to work from home. That's the great enabler about the internet and digital working, that you can work both at home in different locations, and that can work quite well. But it's then difficult to project a corporate image, present to your clients in a way that gives them that kind of corporate comfort, etc., etc. So in providing an incubator, yes, you can get all people in the room together, and they can collaborate with each other and form relationships and build team. But on top of that, you've got access to boardrooms, access to equipment and services, access to expertise. So it's about going from zero to hero overnight, and having someone that needs less convincing. From our perspective, for the right proposition, we may say to someone, we'll give you 2 months free in the incubator because we think it's a great idea. So you take away the barriers like rental and leases and all that kind of stuff. Just come and tell us about your idea and see if we can facilitate it.
So why do you think services like this are important to the island as a whole?
Well, it's. I don't think there's any uncertainty that our social and economic well-being is dependent on our increasing our digital skills and our skills in the workforce, and providing digital employment. Whether in your financial services, the way that you interact with your clients. Perhaps traditionally kind of stayed very personal industry, but we're now seeing that the children of those high wealth individuals want to interact with businesses very differently, whether it's a bank, whether it's an advertising company. The whole kind of way that we engage is very different. So the more startups and the more work we do in the digital sector, that's going to be great for providing and increasing the skills out there, as well as adding to our GDP. Many of the digital companies, because of the lack of barriers that I've spoken about before, can actually perform a role in Guernsey, but export their intellectual property internationally. Whether it be software development companies, advertising companies, insurance companies that have come up with innovative ways to provide insurance products, whether it be motoring or otherwise. There are advantages to doing it in offshore and advantages to using technology. And it's really about keeping us economically and socially successful.